Akramah and Khalid then still their own riders, same kept where them preparation, in state in standing made was. Khalid to this condition, in also expectation, was that he defeat to victory in turn will give. But which path from him pass had their Muslims archers ready standing were. These Muslim archers their high position from saw that Quraysh fled. Gone are in them with same spoils, war collecting doing are, so they also their place leaving started. Their commander Abdullah bin Jubair, may Allah be pleased with him, them said your messenger, peace be upon him and his family, order disobedience, not do. You, peace be upon him and his family, order is that your permission without hear from anyone not move. Archer's noise, making hill from descending started. Saying started, that war ended gone is spoils. War spoils war, victory ours is. Abdullah bin Jubair, may Allah be pleased with him, with only 9 archers remained were. Khalid this scene saw, so him felt like dream seeing is. He same wanted he archers to seeing remained. When they Quraysh camp in reached, so he hill Aineen on attack did, where Abdullah bin Jubair, may Allah be pleased with him, and his 9 archers remained were. Khalid them ignore also could was but them from he revenge take wanted. His horse riders hill on climbing going were. Above from archers rapidly arrows raining were. Akramah Khalid Aineen on attack doing saw, so he also his rider group there took, and his horses every side from above climbing started. Riders with also arrows bows were. They above to arrows shooting were, but so many horse riders stop above ones for possible not was. Riders above went, archers hand-to-hand fight also fought, and all wounded becoming fell. Khalid wounded hill from below through. Abdullah bin Jubair, may Allah be pleased with him, also martyred became. There from Khalid and Akramah their horse riders descended, and that place on came where from Muslims fight beginning did was. Khalid order on both together Muslims on attack did. Muslims fighting condition in naught were but messenger noble. Peace be upon him and his family. Fighters some number with kept was. These fighters horse riders against stood firm. Quraysh with which women came where they fled gone, were but Umrah name a woman there somewhere, hidden gone was. She, when Quraysh horse riders, Muslims on attack doing saw, so her Quraysh flag ground on lying visible became. That woman flag lifted up did. Abu Sufyan his fleeing foot, soldiers on control gained was. He here there saw, so him his flag waving visible became. He Habal alive long, and Azza alive long slogans raised and foot soldiers back bringing Muslims encircled took. Khalid that time remembering was. He messenger noble, peace be upon him and his family. Searching was and today 4 years after he Medina going was. His mind on messenger noble, peace be upon him and his family, dominance was. Uhud hill horizon from rising coming was, and Khalid horse gracefully moving was. Khalid mental condition some such becoming was like him forward, going any hurry not is, and sometimes he reign such jerked like him, very hurry reaches. But which destination he going was that destination, him completely clear, not became was. Sometimes him such felt like a magnetic force is, which him forward pulling is, and sometimes he felt like his inside from rising a force him backward pushing is. Khalid a voice heard was, which his inside from rising was, but it real considering he horse rein pulled and forward backward, saw their sand except anything not was but voice coming was. Khalid what this true is what I heard is, Khalid that voice recognized. This his companion Akramah voice was. One same day before him Akramah saying was, if you this thinking are that Muhammad, peace be upon him and his family, God sent prophet is so this thought heart from remove give. Muhammad, peace be upon him and his family, our many relatives killer is, your tribe see which sun setting before Muhammad, peace be upon him and his family, kill oath taken is. Khalid rein lightly jerked and horse moved, started. His mind again 4 years back went when he Uhud battle in messenger noble, peace be upon him and his family. Searching was. He Quraysh that oath fulfill resolve taken was that messenger noble, peace be upon him, and his family, sun setting before kill give. We seek refuge with Allah. Him remembering was that Muslims archers, when Aineen hill left, was so he that hill on attack doing Abdullah bin Jubair, may Allah be pleased with him, and his 9 archers who messenger Allah, peace be upon him and his family, order following their remained were finished did. Muslims hands from fled Quraysh again back came were, and they themselves organized did. Muslims this battle lost were, and this their messenger, peace be upon him and his family, order disobedience result was. Khalid and Abu Jahl son Akrama art war and strike experts were. Them for one Muslim kill now difficult not remained was. Khalid seeing was that Muslims two parts in divided gone were. One large part separate was which its commander messenger noble, peace be upon him and his family, from cut gone was. Few some archers. Messenger Allah, peace be upon him and his family with were. These those companions, noble were who Quraysh attack because chaos victim not became were. Their number 30 was. Them in Abu Dujana, may Allah be pleased with him. Sa'id bin Abi Waqqas, may Allah be pleased with him. Hazrat Ali, may Allah be pleased with him. Hazrat Abdul Rahman bin Auf, may Allah be pleased with him. Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq, may Allah be pleased with him. Hazrat Abu Ubaidah, may Allah be pleased with him. Talha bin Abdullah, may Allah be pleased with him. Musab bin Umair, may Allah be pleased with him. Especially mentionable are those 14 women among who wounded, care for with came were two messenger Allah, peace be upon him and his family with were. One Ammara, may Allah be pleased with her was, and second Ayman, may Allah be pleased with her, name a Habashi woman was. Ayman, may Allah be pleased with her, you, peace be upon him and his family. Childhood in you, peace be upon him and his family. Nurse remained was. Remaining 12 women, still yet wounded, lifting and back bringing, and their bandaging in busy were. Khalid messenger noble, peace be upon him and his family. Searching was but her battlefield in much Rome, not could was because his command in horse riders' army was which he completely disciplined and kept was. He blindly attacks doing believer not was. His principle was that enemy such vain on strike hit that second strike before he knees bend give. Today 4 years after, while he alone desert in going was his mind, horses running were. Him arrows bows, whistle hearing was. His mind Muslim slogans echoing were. His thought was that Muslims this show for slogans raising, are that them death no fear is. Sarcasm and hatred with still his lips on smile came. He resolved did that he most maximum Muslims kill will. Prisoners few only make will. Him yet know not, was that messenger noble, peace be upon him and his family, where are. He saw that Abu Sufyan who fleeing Quraysh with back came was Muslims. Army large part on attacker became was, and Muslims bravely fighting were. Muslims it their life last battle, considering courage and fearlessness, such demonstrations did that large number Quraysh troubled became. This situation seeing Khalid fire fury became. He his riders Muslims on charge order gave. He sword sheath in put and spear hand in took. He Muslims on rear from attack did. He spear with Muslims one selecting killed. His spear when any Muslim body in entered. So he shouting saying I am Abu Sulaiman. Every spear strike with his shout heard was I am Abu Sulaiman. Today 4 years after when he Muslim center Medina toward moving was so him his own shout hearing was I am Abu Sulaiman. Him remembering not was that his spear how many Muslims bodies in entered was. He messenger Allah, peace be upon him and his family, forgot was. Little while after him known that Muslims their prophet, peace be upon him and his family, command from slipped Gonar and Akrama Muslims, prophet, peace be upon him and his family, toward went is. Truth also same was that messenger Allah, peace be upon him and his family, command ended was, and battle situation such became was that you, peace be upon him and his family. Muslims effect new organize not could were but you, peace be upon him and his family, yourself and companions' lives, save for battlefield from exit also not wanted were. Although situation such was that retreat besides no option, not was but you, peace be upon him and his family, some better position in going effort, doing were. You, peace be upon him and his family, known was that Quraysh you, peace be upon him and his family. Searching will be, and you, peace be upon him and his family group on large severe attack will be. You, peace be upon him and his family, a hill toward advancing started. You, peace be upon him and his family, companions you, peace be upon him and his family, circle in taken were. You, peace be upon him and his family, little far gone would be that Akrama his horse riders with you, peace be upon him and his family, attack did. Quraysh, 1 foot army somehow known that messenger noble, peace be upon him and his family, on Akrama attack did, is so Quraysh. This foot army also you, peace be upon him and his family. Group on pounced, you, peace be upon him and his family, and your anyone companion escape question. Same ended gone was, you, peace be upon him and his family. 3 companions and those 2 women who you, peace be upon him and his family with were you, peace be upon him and his family, around flesh skin wall standing made. Khalid remembering was that messenger Allah, peace be upon him and his family. Physical strength aspect also famous were all. This largest proof was that you, peace be upon him and his family. Arab renowned wrestler Rukana 3 times lifting slammed was. Now battlefield in their strength one more demonstration time came was. Flesh skin that wall which you, peace be upon him and his family. Devotees you, peace be upon him and his family. Around standing made was it you, peace be upon him and his family, yourself broke. You, peace be upon him and his family. Hand in bow was, quiver in arrows also were. That time Khalid Muslims large part in entangled was. Him when later told was that when Messenger Allah, peace be upon him and his family, and their 30 companions and 2 women, Quraysh horse riders, and foot soldiers against stood firm were so Khalid great difficulty with believed was. He one time again said was that this strength physical not can be. This some other strength is. That time from one question, him troubling was that what belief strength become can. He his tribe in anyone from this question answer not take could, was because immediately this accusation imposed become could, was that him also Muhammad, peace be upon him and his family, magic effect did is. Today same question his mind in taking Medina toward going was, Uhud hill horizon from above risen was. 4 years old memories him again that hill base in took where him his own name hearing was Abu Sulaiman. He his imagination in seeing started that those 30 men and 2 women, so many horse riders and foot soldiers, against how done would be. Messenger noble, peace be upon him and his family. Their blessed hand with arrows raining were. You, peace be upon him and his family. Companions advancing you, peace be upon him and his family. Circle in taking were. One historian Maghazi writing according you, peace be upon him and his family. Around circle repeatedly breaking and where from enemy them toward advancing that on arrows shooting were. You peace be upon him and his family, physical strength common human compared much more was. You peace be upon him and his family, bow such force with pulling were that you peace be upon him and his family. Released arrow which body hit arrow, tip that body other side exit went was. You peace be upon him and his family, such arrows shot were that one arrow shoot for you. Peace be upon him and his family. Bow pulled so bow broke went. You, peace be upon him and his family. Quiver in remaining arrows. Sa'd bin Abi Waqqas, may Allah be pleased with him, gave. Sa'd bin Abi Waqqas, may Allah be pleased with him. Aim no one match not could was. Himself you, peace be upon him and his family. Also Sa'd, may Allah be pleased with him, aim acknowledged were. There Muslims Abu Sufyan and Khalid hands cut were and blood last drop flow until facing were. There you peace be upon him and his family. 30 devotees and 2 women bravery, this state was like their bodies, not their souls fighting are. Famous historian Tabari writes that 1 Muslim simultaneously 4-5 Quraysh faced. Their style such terrifying was that Quraysh back retreat went, or them on attack doing lone Muslim wounds from exhausted becoming fell was, Quraysh when messenger noble, peace be upon him and his family, devotees bravery. This state saw so some back retreating them on arrows with stones also raining started, with this Quraysh, some horse riders galloping horses running you, peace be upon him and his family. Attack did but you, peace be upon him and his family. Companions arrows their bodies in entering them back go forced did were. This situation avoid for Quraysh 4 sides from arrows and stones rained. Khalid Akrama told was that Abu Dujana Muhammad, peace be upon him and his family. Front go stood were. Their back enemy toward was. Abu Dujana simultaneously 2 tasks doing were. One this that they their arrows, Sa'd bin Abi Waqqas, may Allah be pleased with him, giving going were, and Sa'd great speed with arrows raining were. With this Abu Dujana Muhammad, peace be upon him and his family, arrows from save effort doing were. Arrows and stones rain in anyone's sea, not could that Abu Dujana what condition in our. When Abu Dujana fell, so that time saw that their back in so many arrows entered, were that their back porcupine back seemed was. Messenger noble, peace be upon him and his family, save for you, peace be upon him and his family. Many companions' lives gave were, but Akrama and his horse riders and foot soldiers on such terror prevailed, was that they back retreated. Quraysh, tired also gone were. Messenger noble, peace be upon him and his family. Their companions' condition assessed every side blood, only blood was but wounded, lifting and bandaging opportunity not was. Enemy one more charge for back retreated was. Me Quraysh, one more man waiting as messenger noble, peace be upon him and his family. Their companions from said, who is he? O messenger Allah, peace be upon him and his family. You, peace be upon him and his family. One companion asked what he our help for coming is. No, you peace be upon him and his family. Said he me kill, come will him, by now come should was. Companion asked but he who is. Ubay bin Khalaf you, peace be upon him and his family. Said, Ubay bin Khalaf messenger noble, peace be upon him and his family. Staunch opponents among, was he Medina resident was. Him when known, that messenger Allah, peace be upon him and his family, prophethood claim did is. So one day he, you peace be upon him and his family, near came and he you, peace be upon him and his family, mockery made you patience and forbearance with him, Islam accept invitation gave. What you me so weak consider that I your this baseless belief accept take will. Ubay bin Khalaf insolent tone in, said was, my talk carefully listen. Muhammad someday my horse see take it, I that time for fat healthy doing and when you Quraysh again, ever war for challenge will. Now Badr dreams seeing leave I that horse on riding will be, and you me battlefield in your front see will, and I my God's oath eating, say that you my hands kill will. We seek refuge with Allah, Ubay messenger God, peace be upon him and his family. Smiling said was life and death, that Allah control in, is which me prophethood granted is, and me misguided. People straight path on bring duty assigned is. Such talk mouth from not remove, which my Allah besides anyone also fulfill not can. Such also be can that you me kill come and you my hands killed become. Ubay bin Khalaf messenger Allah, peace be upon him and his family. This talk on mocking laughter laughed and laughing gone went. Now Uhud battle in messenger God, peace be upon him and his family. Ubay bin Khalaf remembered as soon you, peace be upon him and his family. His name took so far from one horse, galloping came. All there saw my dear companions, messenger noble, peace be upon him and his family. Their companions from said me some such feeling is like this rider, who are toward advancing is Ubay same will be. If he Ubay same is so him, stop not him, my front and my near come let. Historians Waqidi, Maghazi and Ibn Hisham wrote that rider Ubay bin Khalaf same was. He shouting said, brace yourself, Muhammad Ubay come is this. See I that horse on riding him which you shown was. O messenger Allah, peace be upon him and his family. Messenger Allah, peace be upon him and his family. Companions among 3-4 advancing said, us permission, give that him, you near come until finish, give. No messenger noble, peace be upon him and his family. Said him come, let my near come, let him path give. Messenger noble, peace be upon him and his family. Head on chains, helmet was its chains. You peace be upon him and his family. Face front and right left hanging were. You peace be upon him and his family. Hand in spear was, and sword, sheath in was. Ubay horse near come was. Come forward, Ubay messenger God, peace be upon him and his family. Shouting said, my besides your with anyone not fight will. Ubay bin Khalaf his horse near bringing stopped and mocking laughter laughed. Him perhaps complete certainty was that he, you peace be upon him and his family. We seek refuge with Allah, kill give will. His sword still sheathen. Same was you, peace be upon him and his family. Him near went. He large powerful horse on was, and you, peace be upon him and his family ground on. He just sword drawn was that you, peace be upon him and his family. Advancing and jumping him on spear strike did he strike avoid, for one side leaned, but strike empty not went. You, peace be upon him and his family. Spear tip his right shoulder on collarbone below hit. He horse from fell and his rib broke went. Historians write that messenger God, peace be upon him and his family, strike so severe not was that Ubay like strong man rise not could. Messenger God, peace be upon him and his family, him on second strike due to ran. He horse other side fell, was him perhaps terror prevailed was. This you, peace be upon him and his family, strike him for unexpected was. He rose and his horse there leaving, fled went. He shouting going was Muhammad me killed is O people Quraysh, Muhammad me killed done. Quraysh. Some men his wounds saw, so him reassured that him. Anyone killed not wounds, completely minor are but him unknown. What condition prevailed was that his tongue from same words exiting were, I alive not remain, will Muhammad said, was that I his hands killed become will. Historian Ibn Hisham here until wrote that Ubay these words also said, where if Muhammad me on only spit, did so also I alive not remain could. When Uhud battle ended, so Ubay Quraysh with Mecca departed. Path in they camped, so Ubay died. Khalid today, 4 years after that time yesterday, matter like remembering was. Him certainty was that Muslims people Quraysh crush, keep give will, but Muslims which way live sacrificing where that Khalid trouble did. Such seemed like Muslims foot soldiers from Quraysh horses also frightened are.